Ironically, Candace Parker is in a little bit of a hot seat right now.
Yeah, she probably shouldn't go to Chicago.
This is unprecedented in the history of the WNBA. A concerted attack campaign targeted not only a legendary athlete, but also her young child, violating all ethical standards. I'm Jackson Riley, and I've been following the Candace Parker debate for several weeks. What I uncovered goes beyond basketball rankings and bruised feelings. This is about a toxic protective culture that destroys families to protect specific athletes from honest evaluation. If you want to know the real story behind the headlines, please like and subscribe. This video will reveal a side of WNBA fandom that mainstream media does not cover. The following information is not available through other channels. Candace Parker's ranking of Angel Reese as a C-tier talent on national television defied an unspoken convention of equitable recognition. She sparked rumors among older players and league insiders for months. A system of protection that prioritizes certain participants above others, regardless of proof. The digital breadcrumbs convey a terrible story. Angel Reese supporters reacted strongly to Parker's statements on social media. They searched for Parker's family members. Her daughter's Instagram account became a battleground for intimidation from fans, rather than basketball-related posts. Based on the internet conversation, it appears that the fury was not spontaneous. This was coordinated targeting with the intention of sending a message that particular gamers will be punished, including your family.
To just say, just post the ratings. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. But it is another situation than pretending like Caitlin Clark doesn't exist.
The truth behind ESPN's ratings manipulation exposes why Parker's honesty elicited such a negative reaction. They guard a valuable narrative and view everyone who threatens it as an enemy. What is reality and what is speculation? Let's break it down because I've been connecting dots that mainstream media doesn't cover. Candace Parker's C-tier evaluation of Angel Reese triggered anger on her daughter's social media sites. Fans attacked family members' Instagram posts. This is not a rumor or supposition. A toddler was subjected to harassment after her mother evaluated a basketball player objectively. Personal family targeting leads to 3 to 4 times more defensive engagement than direct player criticism, resulting in long-term dispute cycles and increased content consumption across various platforms. The attackers are exploiting engagement psychology to their advantage. They overlooked Candace Parker's unique qualities as an analyst. She is a 3-time WNBA champion, 2-time league MVP, and a highly revered figure in women's basketball history. Attacking someone's family for telling the truth goes beyond morality. You are exposing the desperation behind the protection campaign.
This is where it gets tricky. Caitlin Clark is at an A level. I think in time she's going to raise up to that S, but in order to put her at that level, she's got to have a couple more years. So then you got Angel Reese. I put her right at that C level. I think in terms of being above, you have to be able to have the ability to carry a team, be a 1 or 2 option. I think Angel Reese is fantastic at her role, which is offensive rebounding. She showed and demonstrated so much growth in that first year.
Angel Reese, C tier. That was it. The match in the gasoline.
Angel retire. That was it. The match is in the fuel. This is where things become tough and explains why the crowd's reaction was so strong. Parker did not simply rank players. She developed a system based on basketball criteria, including team leadership, primary scoring, and championship-level performance. Angel Reese's offensive rebounding skills are valuable, but they do not put her on par with players who can dominate games. However, other outlets may not provide this information. The reaction to Parker's ranking was not based on basketball disagreements. The goal was to establish a carefully built narrative that elevates select players above criticism, regardless of their actual performance. The tone of the online chat changed when Parker refused to back down. Instead of apologizing, she stood firm and challenged critics to name an excellent WNBA player that ranked lower than Angel Reese. The challenge revealed the real issue. The heated replies were not based on basketball analysis. Fans had been conditioned to expect equal adulation rather than honest judgment in WNBA coverage, leading to emotional reactions.
Being said, the facts that I want to bring to this table, and I challenge anybody to tell me,
what player are you taking Angel Reese over of those that I just listed?
Guess we'll wait for their response.
Oh, we're not gonna. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But what I'm saying is, in what player, and this is no disrespect, these are the greatest players in the game right now. They asked me to rank the tier right now, and I sit in a studio at Turner with Shaq and Chuck, and some of which I think at times they do individually and personally attack people's character. And I think I pride myself on trying to be an analyst that does not do that. I do not attack character. I literally am just, from my point of view, from my opinion, this was the ranking. And so I ask again, are you taking Angel above Paige? Are you taking Angel above Arike? Are you taking Angel above Sabrina or Kelsey or Caitlin or Asia or Nafisa or Brianna? No, that does not make her a bad player. That does not make me a hater.
After filtering out the noise from Parker's systematic reply, the seasoned analyst applies the same standards she does when sitting with Shaq and Charles Barkley on TNT. No personal assaults or character assassination, only professional appraisal based on basketball standards. Despite her professionalism, her family still faced retaliation. Some WNBA fan groups react differently when their protected players encounter criticism, despite official sources not revealing it. The evidence suggests a concerted effort to stifle critics, including questionable social media accounts, structured hashtag campaigns, and targeted abuse based on specific tactics. Rumors suggest that cryptocurrency groups advocating digital assets are causing disruptions at WNBA games. Certain coins have surged hundreds of % since the incidents began, creating secondary controversies that deflect focus away from actual basketball conversations. Although not officially proven, there is widespread discussion online on how these disruptions serve more than just attention-seeking. Distractions provide a perfect cover for systematic harassment campaigns against individuals like Candace Parker. The impact of comment sections and private messages directed at families goes beyond courtside disruptions.
So crazy to me because I'm asked so many times if I'm resentful in any type of way for where the WNBA is right now. My job was to leave the game better than I came into it. You think Cheryl Miller is resentful for me that I had a league to play in? No, she's being the mentor that she is, and she's supporting and loving and sitting courtside cheering on Juju Watkins. And I'm doing the same for Caitlin Clark and all the women in the WNBA.
This leads us to the inevitable question. Why is a WNBA legend prepared to face such hostility for supporting honest basketball analysis? Parker's mentorship concept explains everything. She aims to leave the game in a better state than when she arrived. Cheryl Miller's example of supporting her career without jealousy or resentment challenges a culture that prioritizes loyalty over objectivity. Parker's media appearances reflect her dissatisfaction with the WNBA coverage, which has been influenced by groupthink. Analysts may feel pressured to give equal praise regardless of performance discrepancies. Some media people avoid mentioning specific players to prevent negative feedback. However, they overlooked Parker's strategic positioning. She is not only defending Caitlin Clark or condemning Angel Reese. She is confronting a system that promotes safety over growth, emotions over facts, and crowd acceptance over objective appraisal. Parker's podcast launch used digital footprints to highlight strategic timing that competitors missed. Post moves with Aaliyah. Boston's debut was not coincidental with the scandal. The backlash helped drive subscriber acquisition, resulting in 5 to 7 times average growth rates.
I think that Indiana is even more dangerous when Caitlin Clark doesn't play because she's a ball-dominant guard. The ball's in her hands a lot, so you know what you need to try to take away. But when you look at Indiana now, they've got so many.
Connecting the dots between ESPN's ratings manipulation and the Parker response reveals a larger pattern, as Caroline Peake stated Indiana was more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. She was not just observing basketball. The speaker said that ESPN's coverage judgments should be based on accurate information. The same protection mentality that criticizes Parker's family for honest player evaluation also leads media personalities to make false statements about teams' performance without their greatest players. Maintaining narratives that prioritize institutional interests over basketball truth is the root of the issue. Social conjecture. TikTok algorithm patterns indicate that Parker-related content is significantly suppressed compared to pro-re content, with engagement rates plummeting by 60 to 80% for videos supporting Parker's perspective. Now let's talk about rumors. Although not officially proven, there is widespread online discussion regarding how social media sites manipulate WNBA storylines, amplifying some and burying others. The internet discourse reveals a larger issue with algorithmic bias favoring certain player narratives over others. While competitors focus on individual incidents, they are overlooking the systematic digital manipulation that impacts how WNBA news reach viewers.
Deal with the possibility that the Indiana Fever right now, in this moment, are better without Caitlin Clark. And that sounds crazy, and people are saying, how can you say that? I'm saying it because we're seeing it.
Following the digital...
Jason Whitlock's analysis of media coordination highlights the proliferation of the better without Clark theme across multiple platforms and personalities. Multiple media figures have peddled an outlandish claim concerning Indiana's roster formation. This takes us to the most telling evidence in the entire issue: the true numbers that no one wants to talk. Fact. The Indiana Fever's record with Caitlin Clark is 8 wins and 5 losses. Without her, it's 9-N. That is not an opinion or hypothesis. ESPN experts and protection networks have pushed the better without Clark myth, although quantitative proof contradicts this. Parker's media appearances suggest she has a better understanding of the numbers than the rest of the league. She is willing to face the consequences of speaking the truth in a hostile setting.